So here we are at Scampston Hall, and it's a really interesting garden, interesting wall garden, because you've got these lovely sort of lime trees which have been kind of stilted, and some are pleached together like the ones here, and underneath it you've got an incredible collection of plants. Let's have a look here. We've got some Hydrangea Folia, a really nice plant, that one, and then just in behind we've got a sort of an unusual Acer palmatum there. As you can see, that is screw. What a beautiful dissected leaf on that Acer. Then into some viburnum, and then some steep at the base, and a hamamelis just in behind. So an incredible collection of plants for the plants person. There's a chimonanthus I can see, praecox in the behind it, and then you've got xanthodiecias and a lovely euonymus alatus there tucked away, and ligularias. So incredible collection, an interesting way of doing it, and you're rewarded at the end with, at the end of the focal point, a beautiful Acer at the bottom. It's a little linear avenue. On down here we've got a lovely Pittosporum there from New Zealand, Elizabeth, lovely variegated form. Some nice underplanting with epimedium and astrantias, and then a little bit of structure with the box. There's a little bit of box blight creeping into that one. Hope that one recovers from that. Lovely features, just having this sort of doorway out of the walled garden creates that sense of mystery. Really nice to have things like that, and a little bell up to the side there. Some really nice ferns to give good all year round colour. These beautiful, they look a little bit like blechnums actually, but it might be a polystichum there, but really giving good form to this border. And the Pittosporum again in behind it to the right, looking good. Coming to the middle of the garden, you get the smell of the candy floss toffee apple, because there's a ring of Circidophyllum japonicum. It's a beautiful plant, relation of the Judas tree, and you can see it's got foliage just like the Judas tree, and it's got that circis, that reniform, renal, like the kidney shaped leaf, but I'm certainly getting a strong sense of toffee apple in this area. And there's some Polygonum amplexicauly that it's sort of understory. We've got some interesting structure here, because we've got the lime trees giving you that sort of linear pattern there, then into these truncated sort of cylinders of yew, and then you've got the sort of cuboid, you got the cuboid beech hedging. So this is all about shape and form. They're really strong here. Here's another garden with incredible shapes. Look at these cuboids, really strong looking into this garden, and it's balanced with these lovely sort of grasses in the background. You can see there's a whole variety of different miscanthus just flowing. You've got that movement and choreography, and then you've got the very solid box planting. See the remains of the Veronicastrum in this garden, and this would have been a real picture. Combination of that and the grasses and the box, incredible. Now in the silent garden, and it's a really interesting garden. It's got these really strong columnar forms of yew with like a cuboid base, and so the idea is it's to make you kind of stop and reflect and be silent. And it's pretty much the same right the way through this garden. On the other side you can see it's solid. It's got a pool in the middle to reflect the yew forms, and it's a really kind of very solid, very foundational, strong kind of garden. Of course, yews were used a lot in sort of gardens, walkways in the past, as a sort of melancholic walkway that people walked under, and here it's slightly different, but it does make you think. So this is the sort of garden that you would see in Alice in Wonderland. It's just a great garden for children to run and play and hide in as well. On the fringe there's Corutaria. I can spot paniculata, beautiful tree there. Look at the lovely pinnate leaves. And then we've got a lovely Rustifina. You can see there, and look at that lovely grass in the distance in the next garden. Fantastic plants down here. We've got the beautiful Tetrapanax Papyrifera rex. Look at the size of those leaves. Massive palmate leaves on it. One of the best architectural foliage plants. The plant is this beautiful Actea. Look at that. Look at the inflorescences. They're absolutely fantastic on that one. This garden has these beautiful drifts of grass. They were sort of styled by Piet Oudolf, and it's Molinia Paul Peterson, and it runs through this closely mown grass. It creates a fantastic contrast, and you've got that beautiful choreography of the grass moving. Bina and dahlias, really nice display. And then you've got over here, you've got some what looks like some amaranthus just gone over, and some more dahlias. In the perennial meadow, and you can see that it's been designed to sort of keep a successional amount of flowers throughout the year. You've got geraniums here, we've had the phlomis has gone through, but you've still got the seed heads. We've got Rudbeckia still flowering well, and obviously, as you'd expect in an Oudolf, Piet Oudolf kind of design, you've got lots of grasses mixed in there. So a good arrangement. You can see some Profskia sort of spires still sticking up there, some Monarda I can see. So lots of colour set in with a number of grasses and herbs. There's some oregano. And just looking around here, you can get an idea of this nice sort of nearly prairie type planting, but a lot more herbaceous perennials placed into it. Lovely Pennisetum providing colour way into the autumn, and just in behind it are some Helianums and some more Monarda. This conservatory, we've got these lovely massive Geranium canariensis. We've got some fabulous geraniums, and there looks like Spermania africana, this lovely big plant here which you can use as a dot plant. A nice little gallery there, a theatre of geraniums. And then just looking up, Plumbago capensis vine, which looks good. One of the big garden features that was around in Elizabethan times in particular, and Tudor times, was a mount, and you normally used a mount or created a mount so you could see a knot garden or look down on your garden. And this is a great addition to this garden, because you can see different aspects of the garden. You can see the grasses when they're in flower, you can see the different forms. So it's a lovely mount, and of course it makes a good sort of shape and landform as well. In the serpentine garden, and it's got these again fantastic shapes formed in the yew trees. Just look at that beautiful kind of helical kind of structure created in yew. And also in this garden are some fabulous trees. There's an absolute brilliant Protea persica, the Persian ironwood, just changing its colour now. Looks brilliant. And then in behind it you've got various other sort of beautiful trees. I can see that the back there's a lovely purple cornus. There's some magnolia, and so lots of interesting trees. In this garden we've got a mix of grasses, that beautiful Panicum virgatum. I don't know if it's heavy metal or one of the other beautiful panicums. You've got the lovely Veronicastrum that's in by the side, and you've got a complete mix of a combination of that with the beautiful box, solid cuboid box hedging. Looks really good. And there's that Eupatorium just to the left there, which looks fantastic. So a really good balance there of movement with the grasses and really solid with the box. And then you've got obviously the additions of colour just to punctuate it throughout some of the seasons, particularly in the autumn. This one This one's set up with the eupatorium. We've got some asters. We've got some lythrum tucked away, and some salvias. So Scampston Hall is a fantastic garden to go and visit. You've got a lovely blend of the beautiful use of grasses by Piet Oudolf, with herbaceous perennials punctuating them. And there's lots of structure if you like plants, you're a plants person, there's lots of beautiful plants to see. So I really recommend that you pop along and see it.